This is Kaya. Kaya and handler Laurie Spence work for the Avalanche rescue program. Together they're responsible for an average of 2,000 people per day throughout the skiing season. She is one of 3 dogs here in Aspen used to find avalanche survivors under the snow. Kaya can search a 30 by 30 metre snow burial site in less than 20 minutes, a task that would take a human 3 to 4 hours. Kaya and Laurie's team of mountain patrollers is run by Mac, who's been patrolling this mountain for 38 years.
We deal with a number of avalanches during the course of a year, and we do an awful lot of explosive work as well as pre-season compaction work. That's kind of the basis for keeping our snow here. The dogs are very instrumental in what we do.
Kaya is a highly trained air-scenting dog, able to detect a generic human scent from more than 400 meters away. If someone is buried without any sort of transmitter, Kaya could well be the victim's best chance of being rescued. A dog like Kaya is able to find buried victims faster than 100 people could do searching the same area.
If there is an avalanche in the backcountry in this area, and if the people aren't wearing transceivers and we have the dogs, it's so much quicker than a probe line, and it's best to get the dogs into the area before all the scent of all the rescuers that are coming in. So the sooner we could get on that snowpack, the better off we'll have a chance for survival.
Not any dog can make the grade as an avalanche search and rescue canine. The training is grueling, with dogs being selected for their abilities to perform in perilous conditions. Kaya's parents are field trial dogs, used to compete in hunting competitions, and as a result, she instinctively takes to her work.
She comes from a line of field trail dogs, and that's just her instinct, is just to go, go, go. She just wants to be moving all the time.
In order to get down the mountain as quickly as possible, Kaya and Laurie have developed a unique skiing style.
We just love to ski the dogs on the shoulders because it's quick. We don't have to get a snowmobile or a cat ready or a toboggan. And again, we don't want to let our dogs run to the burial site if we can help it. So we start out while they're young and we train them to jump up on our shoulders and ski them that way. Once they're up there, they're super comfortable up there. And again, they're so close to who they love the most. And so we just ski our dogs down that way. It's a great way to transport the dogs quick and easy.
Once at an avalanche site, a trained search dog like Kaya uses her instinct to search the snowfield rapidly, picking up pools of human scent rising up through the snowpack.
Kaya works well, just knowing that we're going out somewhere, she'd work into the wind. It's kind of windy today, so we would work our dogs right into the wind, and that would help her distinct the scent that we're looking for. She sometimes gives a bark alert, or she'll just start digging frantically and bark at me. And she'll just keep digging, and then we'll work down to get that person out as quick as we can. And then I'll play with her afterwards, regardless if it's a body recovery or a live person.
What a good girl! Good job! Yeah!
Coming up in part 2, we learn how dogs like Kaya are able to find people in the destructive chaos left behind by avalanches. Dan Goddard is an avalanche rescue trainer and is charged with preparing dogs for this arduous work.
We have a pretty regimented program here at the ski company. We start the dog into the rescue certification, which begins with the simple games that the dog is their interest is piqued. We kind of call it a game with the dogs because that's all they essentially recognize it as, is a game with an extreme reward at the end.
But it's not all fun and games here on the mountainside. As anyone who's seen an avalanche will testify, its destructive power means finding a human scent amidst the debris and destruction left behind is no easy task. So what kind of dog can best be trained to deal with these conditions, and how do they do it?
Dogs are clearly used in search and rescue missions for their ability to sense where human beings may be, so the great power of smell and scent, but their agility clearly comes into this as well, and dogs of certain types are often used in search and rescue. So they tend to be medium-sized animals, so not too heavy,
And this is exactly what trainers are keeping an eye out for when looking for dogs like Kaya.
The tracking ability of dogs has its origins in dogs' need to be able to detect prey. Often wild dogs live away from their prey, so they have to be able to pick up the scent and then find the actual animals that they want to hunt. The scent given off by different preys is quite distinct, so a dog can discriminate not only different species, but it can differentiate different sexes and even different individuals.
For Laurie, it's Kaya's enthusiasm and love of play that sets her apart, as well as her innate natural abilities.
I think Kaya's instinct is to please me, a good part of it, but it's also just that whole game, because Kaya will go out and work for anybody. If she knows she's just going on a search, or you take her and you give her that word search, she'll go for anybody and she'll work hard and get that person out of there. Not all dogs have as much drive as my dog Kaya, and at times she drives me crazy, but that's the drive that I love.
There is no doubt that the bond between the two and Kaya's drive to please her owner will continue to save lives in the mountains of Aspen for years to come.